Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're back. I don't know if you guys are back or not, but we're back.
No one's back.
No, we are back.
No one's back.
We are back.
Because think about it.
Nobody's watching this right now.
Yeah. Because hear me out.
They clicked for the first 2 seconds.
No. Hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
For it to count as being back, you would have had to be present in the last iteration. True or false?
That's true.
Okay, so because no one watched the last one, no one can be back to watch this one. Yeah? So no one's back.
He's thinking smart.
Yeah, he is.
So nobody's back. We're back, but nobody's back. As always, we'll just get straight into the sponsors. Mountain Valley sponsors this video. Use our code 156 at checkout to get $10 off, or $10 added onto your order as like a surcharge. Because like the tariffs just increased that from 5 to 10.
Little tariff action.
Yeah.
Would you like some water?
And I would like some water. I would love some water actually.
Now the golden question is how much?
Yes.
The show of hands. How much water would you like?
No. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Sounds good. So, sorry. So we got a smoothie today. We're doing that smoothie thing today.
What kind of smoothie is it?
He's smooth.
What kind of smoothie?
Oh, so it's a mango, pineapple, hemp seed, chia seed, goat's milk, raw butter, kind of slurry. Put some cornstarch in there. It gets it really going.
Okay.
You got me there?
Like actually?
Oh yeah, I'm serious.
You're being 100% like straight up with me?
I'm being 110%.
Did you actually put cornstarch in your smoothie?
Oh, cornstarch, yeah. So what cornstarch does, it sort of coagulates the whole situation there.
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious.
I want to look at
it. It sort of coagulates the whole situation, similar to how you would put cornstarch and water into a sauce to make it thicken. You do the same thing in a smoothie. So now he's being an idiot. I obviously did not do that. There's no cornstarch in here.
Yes, it can be used in a smoothie to thicken it.
I mean, who's doing that?
Dude.
I'm not doing that.
So did you actually put hemp seeds and chia seeds?
I did put hemp seeds, chia seeds, raw butter, goat's milk. There's some tomatoes in there.
Unfiltered Flint, Michigan water.
Oh yeah. And this is actually water from Flint, Michigan. That's where the mountain is. It's in Flint, Michigan.
Since 1871, we have bottled it right here
in Flint, Michigan.
I guess so.
So if you guys don't know, Flint, Michigan has the best water in the country, in the world actually at that. Best water, right?
The south suburb of the west side of Ethiopia does have some crystal clear water as well.
Crystal clear water.
Crystal. And
they actually did just gain independence recently.
Did they?
Yeah.
Ethiopia?
Yeah, they gained independence from the old Negus that was ruling it before.
Oh, did they really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm happy for them though. Give me a round of applause.
That's big time. I mean, very, very smart stuff.
But it could have been dangerous.
It could have been dangerous. See, it was very smart, but it could have been very dangerous.
Yeah. But the thing, I think the Ethiopians knew that it was going to happen.
Oh yeah, it was bound to happen, so they just had to do it,
They had to have known.
So kind of speaking on this sort of like smart topic, I mean, we got a lot of smart people in this world, whether it's, there's just a lot of guys. So we are just going to do sort of this, like, we're going to do a new thing. We're going to do a bracket. We're going to do a bracket of the greatest geniuses of our time. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we got 8 guys in here. Luke's gonna choose a winner every time. I'm gonna tell him the matchup, and he's gonna choose who wins. And then whoever makes it to the end is the smartest person or the biggest genius of our generation. So starting with the 1 versus 8 seed, we have Nico Harrison at the 1 seed and Stephen Hawking at the 8 seed. Who advances here?
That's going to be a good one. Of course, Stephen Hawking did revolutionize modern science. Mm-hmm. He also could only move 1 bone in his body, so that kind of does take a little bit away from him now.
It does.
If he had maybe 2 to 3 bones, maybe 6 or 7, then...
Oh, like in that 6-7 range,
Yeah, in that 6-7 range of, muscle movement, then possible. But I think Nico Harrison, just the way that he's constructed that Maps roster, the way he was able to facilitate that number 1 pick with 1.8% chance of getting that, I think he moves on to the next round.
Genius. So now... with our 4-5 matchup, a crazy matchup in my opinion. You got Bill Nye, the science guy at the 4 seed versus Magnus Carlsen at the 5 seed, the chess guy.
I mean, Magnus Carlsen is the goat of chess.
He's the chess guy, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah, he's the guy from chess. He's the goat of chess. You know, 7-time world champion. You know, Magnus Carlsen has a FIDE rating of 28-13, highest in the world in rapid, blitz, bullet. You know, classical,
yes.
Everything. Chess column, Wii chess, everything. But
chess column and Wii chess.
But Bill Nye is he's kind of set the foundation of science for all the youth in our generation.
Great teacher.
I mean, I think Bill Nye has to advance.
So Bill Nye advances. So then we got our 3 seed Rick Sanchez versus our 6 seed Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Who is that?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I mean, I know about Rick Sanchez, and I mean his science is a little out of this world. You know, he's kind of all over the place here. But
some may say extraterrestrial. You know,
some may say, but that second guy is a cool name, so he's gonna move on.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah,
so Lin-Manuel Miranda moves on. All right. So now with our 2 versus 7, with our 2 seed we have Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
And at our 7 seed we got your buddy 3 Drinks In.
My buddy 3 Drinks In.
Yeah.
So Steve Jobs, man, you know, he started that company Apple with co-founder Steve Wozniak.
Yes.
I think it was back in 78, 83, one of those years. But the iPhones revolutionized the industry. The iPad, the Mac Air, AirPods, the Apple AirTag, Apple HomePod, Apple TV.
The Apple with the bite taken out of it.
The Apple, you know, he's kind of set the golden standard here. But
he kind of has.
And my buddy, you know, 3 Drinks In. It depends on the buddy, obviously.
Yeah.
But
really does.
I mean, it depends. There's some buddies, you know, 8 shots deep. They're still, you know, a little bit. So just because of the basis of that, I'm gonna have to go with Steve Jobs.
Okay, so I actually really disagree with you there.
Oh, you want to disagree with me?
So I disagree with you there.
So you call the shots.
So I disagree with you.
So
there.
you call the shots.
I mean, we can have Steve Jobs advance, but
Are you the shot caller?
I am the shot caller. I'm a baller shot caller.
Oh, you're a shot caller.
So the reason why I think
you want to see this printout real quick?
So the reason why I think that Steve Jobs should not advance over your buddy 3 Drinks In is because Steve Jobs did invent the iPhone. He did invent Apple. He invented a great thing. Mm-hmm. But I think my buddy 3 Drinks In would have come up with an idea even better than that. You know, his idea to start a podcast, his idea to, you know, make the next big thing.
The next big thing?
The next big thing.
TNBT?
Yeah.
The next big thing?
Yeah. I think that's better than Steve Jobs. But, however, you say Steve?
I mean, it depends on the buddy. Which buddy?
I mean,
you have to understand just like the basis of that statement there. There's a lot of buddies, and not all the buddies are good enough to advance. For Steve Jobs, you know, we're talking about a tech kingpin here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Gotta put respect on his name.
I'm going with Michael.
Michael? Yeah.
Like Big Mike.
Yeah, Michael.
Does
he also go by Mikey sometimes?
Mikey sometimes. He also just go by Mick. Now you want a guy like Mick there.
But you don't want Mick.
You don't want Mick. But you want a guy like Mick.
You want someone like him.
Well, like Mick, not Mick though. Not Mick. Anyone but Mick.
Anyone but. You know what?
Do I know what? Yeah, I know what.
Really?
Yeah.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
2 weeks ago. We were just catching up.
Okay.
What's a great person, you know? I mean, what's a guy that
I don't know. What is a guy? That's a good question.
He's a role model. He's a role model. You know? Okay, so we're gonna move on to our one seed versus our 4 seed. Now we got Nico Harrison at the 1 seed versus Bill Nye at the 4 seed.
Again, we already talked about Bill Nye here, how he revolutionized that science genre for kids, but he didn't have that type of foreshadowing that Nico Harrison did.
No, he did not.
Especially with Nico making such a phenomenal trade, you know, from the Mavericks over to the Lakers, and I just think that team has more of a complex to them as opposed to Bill Nye. So I think that team's gonna kind of stun Bill Nye in that second round, and Nico Harrison moves on.
Nico Harrison, so that puts Nico Harrison in the championship. Now we do have Lin-Manuel Miranda versus Steve Jobs.
Again, now Steve Jobs, as we did talk about all the technology there, he's gonna be ahead of the game. His game plan's gonna be set, but that second guy, don't know who he is, but.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I'm sure he's smart enough.
And Manuel Miranda is just he's a fantastic player. If you guys don't know him, you guys gotta watch tape on him soon.
Do you know who that is?
Oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda? Of course.
He's so serious.
Great guy.
Okay. I don't know, but I like his name. I'm sure he has an answer.
So that puts us to our championship now with the 1 seed, Nico Harrison, versus the 6 seed, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Luke, take it away.
Yeah, and we already had talked about Nico's strengths.
Yeah, so Big Mike, he's already been suspended. We may just have to waive him, you know.
He's on indefinite paid leave.
Oh, is he?
And he is going to be employed.
Oh, we don't say that word here. We don't say that word here. No. We're all unemployed.
No, that's not how it works. Just because you add 2 letters at the front of the word doesn't mean
that's exactly why.
Oh, really?
So we're just gonna hop back into it. So now in our championship, we do have the 6 seed, big time upsets going into the Lin-Manuel Miranda versus the 1 seed Nico Harrison. Now, Luke, please take it away.
Yeah, for sure. But you see, we already had talked about Nico's strengths, but the way he was just able to completely pummel a franchise in only about a week, it kind of shows that, he's thinking on a different level. Now, Lin-Manuel Miranda, he does have a cool name, but is he able to destroy a franchise built from nothing in a couple moments? I don't believe so.
No, he's
now,
not.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, I'm sure he's going to have a bright future in this league. Hopefully people start to recognize him and his abilities, but I think Nico Harrison takes the cake on this one. He moves on.
And who? So Nico Harrison
is going to be the championship.
So who's the finals MVP for Nico Harrison?
It's going to be Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. Okay.
Yeah.
So
how would Nico Harrison have a finals MVP, bro?
I mean that's incredible. I mean, you gotta.
Bro, Nico Harrison the type of guy to win a championship on a 1-man squad and not win finals MVP.
I mean, Nico Harrison he's one of those guys. I mean, he's one of those GMs in the NBA.
He's one of them.
Yeah. He's not 2 of them. He's one of them.
He's one.
And is he a good GM? Of course. I mean, he's one of the biggest geniuses in history, actually, I think.
Now, how does he stack up to Nico Collins?
Nico Collins?
Wide receiver.
Nico Collins?
Yeah.
Much smarter than him.
Think so?
Yeah.
Think so.
Nico Harrison is definitely smarter than Nico.
And how does he stack up to Coleridge Stroud, especially on the pre-draft tests?
Oh, the testing?
Yeah,
I think Coleridge Stroud takes the cake there.
I mean, Coleridge Stroud, but to be fair, he's
Genius.
a football player, not a test taker.
Genius. I mean, he did score a whopping 18.2% on that test.
Yeah.
Highest that they've ever seen on it. And again, this is 18.2 out of 100. This is the highest score that they ever saw. That's why he was given genius status going into the test. Yeah. It was just an incredible.
And I mean, especially coming as a second generation American, as your father, had a minor setback involving about 9 felony charges, 3 misdemeanors, and is currently serving 27 years in prison.
I mean, he's going to be on parole in 2031.
He's going to be eligible. I think it's 2035.
2035?
He's going to be eligible.
I was under the impression.
But the way that Coleridge was able to bounce back from that and...
I mean, it's like they say. I mean, major setback for an even bigger comeback. I mean, it's just like how you got to do. I mean,
they say, take 1 step backwards, take 2 forwards. No.
And now, in my sort of neck of the woods, they say take 3 steps backwards and 1 forward.
So how do they say it in layman's terms?
In layman's terms, they're gonna say, bim boom bop, bada bop boom pow.
Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with Jake Layman, former Timberwolves power
forward? Oh, Jake Layman?
Yeah.
Great player.
Yeah.
Great player.
I believe he wore number 20 during his stint.
Incredible player. So actually, as we're recording this, it is now officially the conference finals of the NBA. Yeah. We have the Western Conference Finals matchup of the Timberwolves of Minnesota versus the Thunder of Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And in the East, we have the Knicks of New York.
And we have the Pacers of Indiana.
The Pacers of Indiana, yes. So why don't we just do some predictions for the rest of the playoffs? How about that? Sounds like a good idea.
So what I think is going to happen here, I think the Thunder are going to kind of have a good start. They're going to open up with a 2-0 series lead.
Yep.
But now we're going to be heading back to Minnesota, and as they say, don't let us get 1. So I really think Anthony...
And that was Jaylen Brown, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in this sort of old Knicks series versus the Celtics, Jaylen Brown said they already let us get 1, don't let us get a second. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, they shouldn't have let him get the first one.
But he said now don't let us get a second.
It's kind of the same dilemma as, if you give a pig a pancake, he's going to ask for another one. He's going to ask for some maple syrup.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same dilemma.
If you give Jaylen Brown a victory, he's going to want another one.
I mean, if you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to want a glass of milk. You give him a glass of milk, he's going to want a second cookie.
And then once he finishes that cookie, he wants a napkin,
Yeah, he wants a napkin. Well, actually, before he wants the napkin, he wants a straw to finish the milk.
And then he wants
the napkin to clean his face. But this is why you don't give a mouse a cookie. This is why you don't give Jaylen Brown a win. This is why
you don't give a pig a pancake, man.
This is exactly why you don't do it.
Yeah, man.
So now, So, do you think that the Timberwolves are going to win this series?
No, I didn't say that. I said
So please go on.
Yeah, I said the Thunder are going to come out the gate, firing, take a convincing 2-0 series.
Convincing, very convincing.
But we're going to head back to Minnesota, and Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, they're going to show that Thunder team what they have in them, and they're only going to lose by 15 to 20 points in Game 3. And Game 4 will be, a little farther, maybe a 30 to 40 point victory for the Thunder. So I think the Thunder doing that series about 4-0
in 4 games. So we're looking at a sweep. We're going to need a broom for that.
Yeah.
So now, for me in the Western Conference, I do also believe that the Thunder are going to win this series. I believe that they will go split 1-1 at home. And
so
then
they're gonna just kind of split it.
It's gonna be like 1-1 type of thing.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to Minneapolis.
We're gonna head there.
Yeah, we're gonna fly there.
Yeah.
And I just think that the Thunder will win 3 games in a row to end this series 4-1.
So they're gonna go 2 in Minneapolis, then charter a jet back to Oklahoma City and win that.
That's what I believe will happen. Yeah. For those.
And what type of jet? You think we're thinking Boeing, Gulfstream? What kind of jet?
I think we're looking at a G550.
G550. That's a rather small plane. I believe it fits about 10 occupants.
I believe that they're going to take multiple of these. For the different levels of players. We're going to have the starting 5 and 1 with the coaching staff. And then we're going to have in the other one, the bench guys that are solid. And then we're going to have the bench warmers with the rest of the scrubs on the team.
What do you think about a Boeing 797XL? You think that can fit the whole squad?
Potentially. It could. But what's the fun in that? You want to make everything as inconvenient as possible for these guys.
I guess.
That's like the whole point.
Shay's definitely the type of guy to get his own jet.
Shay is shooting 2 free throws right now as we speak. He is at the line. He just got fouled. He's shooting his 67th and 68th free throws of the game.
Yeah.
So, it's not very smart that they foul him all the time.
And it is kind of dangerous.
It is kind of dangerous. They didn't know what was going to happen, though. They didn't see this coming.
But now moving on to that Eastern Conference. So now Knicks Pacers, I think it's going to be a good series.
It's going to be a great series.
The Knicks are the higher seed. Yeah, it's 3 versus 4.
Yeah, it's 3 versus 4
so,
in the Knicks' favor.
Yeah. So first 2 games are New York. I personally think Game 1, Indiana comes out with the boom and they win that game. However, I think Knicks take Game 2.
Yep.
Head back to Indiana. I think Knicks take Game 3, but Pacers reclaim that home court win Game 4.
We're looking at a 2-2.
We're looking at a 2-2. Head back to New York. Knicks win Game 5. Head over to Indiana. Pacers take a commanding 8-point lead at halftime, but Knicks kind of claw back, get it within 2 at the end of the third quarter.
Yep.
I do think the Knicks are going to go ahead and win that game, win the series 4-2, advance to the NBA Finals for the first time since
1999.
Lucke could have been 99.
No, I don't think it was 99. I think it was a little bit earlier. I think it was 95. I think they were in the finals last 1995 against Hakeem when they went to 7 games.
When did Knicks last meet?
Yeah, so we're going to just do a quick Google search.
99.
99. It was 99.
Yeah.
So, just an incredible analysis by Luke there. That was some great stuff. Now, as for me, I am a Knicks fan, actually. I'm a big fan.
Oh, are you? You want to name 3 players on the Knicks?
I'm a fan of the team in the Big Apple. So we're going to have Jalen Brunson.
Uh-huh.
We're going to have Karl Anthony Towns, better known as the Big Purr.
Big Purr.
And then we're going to have Josh Hart.
Okay. And who's going to be the head coach?
And then the head coach is going to be Tom Thibodeau. Famous reason for Derrick Rose's injury, but Mm-hmm. We can let bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
However, that's why we say forgive but never forget.
So what do you think the series is going to turn out to be?
So I think that the series is going to turn out to be one of these all-time classic series that we end up talking about for a while.
Yeah.
I do think that they will split in New York and they will split in Indiana afterwards. I think that it will be 2-2 after 4 games. And I do believe that the Knicks will win 1 game at home.
Yeah.
I think that the Pacers will pick up that Game 6, that pesky Game 6. They'll pick it up.
Yeah, and that Game 6 is kind of a must-win.
That Game 6. You got your backs on the wall. You got to do something.
If you're the Pacers in that Game 6 and you're down 3-2, then it's similar to a must-win game. That's a game you kind of want to win.
You want to win. You don't have to win it if you don't want to win it.
But that game, it's kind of like it's a must-have. It's kind of a game that you want. You're gonna come out of the game like they want it, but we kind of need it a bit more.
We want it more. I mean, it's like a situation where it means more to us than it means to them.
And it's like an us versus them situation.
It is kind of like that sort of us versus them mentality. So then we're gonna be looking at a game 7. The two best words in all of sports, game 7. Yeah. So I think that the Knicks will take it at home. A very convincing win, actually. I think that they'll win by double digits in that game 7. And the Knicks will advance to their first finals since 1999.
Yeah, and that game 7 there, that's going to be the key to the next round. So whoever wants to advance, they're going to have to make sure to at least win that game.
I mean, they're going to have the tools to get to the key in the first place. Because, I mean, the key is behind some closed doors. So they're going to have the tools and sort of the pieces to get to that. So
it's more of like an escape room type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
You have to escape the room to get the key, to go back into the room and open the door.
Yeah, to get back into the next round.
Exactly.
So now, we both have Thunder Knicks in the championship. Why don't you give your prediction first? I'll follow.
Yeah, so Thunder are a fantastic team.
Fantastic team.
Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams.
Actually, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is shooting 2 more free throws right now.
Oh, did you just check it?
Yeah, I mean, he's shooting 2 more free throws.
2 more. So he's also what, 69 and 70 on the day?
Yeah, 69 and 70 on the day.
So as I was saying here, pardon the free throws. I do think that Thunder do have a fantastic roster. The Knicks,
fantastic roster.
But the Knicks have more of that chemistry there. I think games 1. Wait, in the finals, is it 1-1-1-1 or like 2-2?
2-2, 1-1-1.
So it's like the same format.
Yeah.
But Thunder are the better record.
So Thunder did have the best record in the league, so they are going to have home court advantage.
Okay, so it's like I was just confused. So
yeah.
I think honestly, they split in OKC.
In Oklahoma City.
I think they split in Oklahoma City. Charter that G550, about 7 or 8 of those jets.
Okay. I thought like 6 or 7.
No, but charter 6 or 7 of them back into the Big Apple.
Yep, into the Big Apple.
Into Madison Square Garden in New York. And I think the Thunder pick up 2 close games. I think the Thunder take a 3-1 series lead, but game 6, it's a must.
Game 5.
Game 5, it's a must win for the Knicks. They go into Oklahoma City, they get it done.
Yep.
It's not going to be 3-2. We're taking 6 or 7 more of those G550s back into the Big Apple,
back into the Big Apple, back into the Garden, right back. We're gonna get back there.
We're gonna go back, same location, same court, different fans,
but back there,
and then I think the Thunder kind of eke out a heartbreaker.
Oh! They just barely squeeze out a heartfelt win.
I think it's 3-2. It's a must-win game for the Knicks. I think the Thunder kind of eke out a 4 to 5 point lead.
4 to 5 point, not like a 6 or 7 point lead, like 4 to 5.
It's like a 1.5 possession win.
I see.
And what do you think's gonna happen in that?
So I just like to say incredible use of the G550 language. Yeah. Now I believe that the Knicks are gonna pick up game 1 on the road.
Think so?
Then the Thunder will win the second game. I think the Thunder will win the third game of the series as well, first game in New York. Mm-hmm. I believe that it will go 2-2 again.
So you think that they just go like 1-1-1-1?
Yeah, I think it will go 1-1-1-1. I then believe that the Thunder will win Game 5 at home after the 6 or 7 Jets are taken to the Big Apple.
What kind of Jets are they?
Oh, they're G550s.
So Gulfstream G550s?
Yeah.
About 6 or 7?
Yeah, about 6 or 7 of them. So they're going to take those back to the Big Apple, New York City, and New York, Then I think the Knicks are going to pick up that game. It's going to be 3-3 going into a Game 7, like I said.
So we just have to charter some more Jets.
Oh, yeah. And it's inconvenience, but it's just the beauty of the game, And then with those last 2...
But before you give your prediction on that Game 7, I do want the Knicks are more unified. Instead of splitting 6 or 7 Gulfstream G550s, they usually only take about 3 or 4 Boeing 767 XLs. So they're kind of more connected. You have the players on one jet, the coaching staff on the other. They fly out their special fans in the third jet.
Oh, like a Lee first name Spike, Chalamet first name.
I think some of the Kardashians maybe there.
Like a John Starks, Patrick Ewing. Mm-hmm. I see Larry Johnson.
Rashad Bateman. Just kind of get all those super fans, fun guys.
Nate Wiggins,
yep. And then, that fourth jet's kind of going to be miscellaneous, just flying, keep it an even number.
Yeah.
No one's going to be the jet, but
you just want to make sure that it's flying to keep it even.
You want to have an even number.
Because you never want to be odd. You never want to be the odd one out. You always want to be even Steven.
Yeah.
And Steven is very even.
Now, that's a common misconception. Steven.
No. Don't tell me you don't think Steven's even.
It's now, mathematically, I don't know if you've done millions and millions of tests.
I haven't.
Steven is not 50-50. Now, keep in mind, half of Steven is about 50.0063, which may seem marginal, if you're doing one or two tests, but if you're going to be simple random sampling, hundreds and thousands, you're going to kind of see it skew left. Even is not Steven. Steven is not even.
I'm more of like a stratified random sample type of person. I like taking.
Stratified. So I could kind of define that.
I like taking those different stratas, and like making groups out of them.
So what we can do if we're gonna be stratified random sampling is we're kind of gonna be splitting into groups, then taking everyone from the group, right?
Oh, that's actually group sampling.
That I believe it's called stratified.
So stratified random sampling is gonna be when you separate people into stratas.
And you take everyone.
And you get even representation throughout those stratas.
Yeah.
So stratas will be white people, black people, Asian people,
Mm-hmm. You want to give a few more? Stratas?
I think we're good with 3
That's
stratas.
That's a few more. That's an even number. You gotta add a fourth one.
We can do Latino people in our fourth strata. So now we have 4 stratas here.
Okay.
So we're going to get even representation from each of these stratas, and we're going to do simple random sampling throughout these stratas.
Yeah.
However, what you said, group sampling, is when you have those white, black, Asian, and Latino groups.
So it'd be like Hispanic origin?
Hispanic origin. Is like when you take just the Hispanics or just the Asians or just the blacks or just the whites.
What you could do if you're just going to be like an average, public university such as UCLA or USC, we can kind of utilize that stratified sampling and we kind of split into groups, but we can only take, a couple of the groups. So.
So like a sort of like a diversity,
equity inclusion, so something like that. So we can split.
DEI is a great thing.
We can kind of split the Caucasian ethnicity, kind of split African American, Hispanic or Latino origin, and Asian, and then only kind of take those last 2 groups. So we're just to get it more random.
And just to make sure that everything's fair. It's just like how it goes.
How about taking every nth? What's that one called? I did a test on this.
Interval.
Wednesday.
It's interval testing.
Is that what it's called?
Interval.
Every nth?
So so let's say you're taking every 5th person.
Yeah.
Every 6th or 7th person.
What do you know about normal CDF?
What do you know about binom CDF?
What do you know about 2-prop Z-test?
What do you know about what's it called? 2 proportion Z-test.
That's why you said 2-prop Z-test.
No, you said 2 SAM
Z-test?
No, 2 SAM.
Are you familiar with the chi-squared?
Chi-squared test of homogeneity?
No, I think it's the chi-squared test of independence.
Oh, goodness of fit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'll make sure we're both familiar with the topics.
Yeah. So, there's been a lot of stuff going on.
When was the last time you used an ANOVA table?
An ANOVA table?
Yeah.
I'm not very, I don't like to use the ANOVA table. Him and I don't see eye to eye. We kind of.
Oh, you don't see eye with
No. We sort of butt heads. It's on site when
To be fair though, his degrees of freedom were between 3 and 5.
Oh,
like he wasn't free, but
they
it was
were
like 3/5 free.
Oh, like 3/5 free.
So that's why his degrees of freedom was about 60%.
Oh, I see.
Like 60% of his degrees were free.
I see.
I mean, the other 20%.
I'm more of like a 67 or like 6-7. Like around that range.
That's your preferred degrees of freedom.
Like the 6 and 7, yeah. So I mean, it's like sort of like that age-old question: why was 6 great to 7?
Because 7 kept clip farming. That's why.
7 kept on clip farming, and it's disgusting act. We just gotta tell 7 to stop clip farming.
I mean, he was ore farming too, beer farming. He does a lot of farming, but he's not a farmer.
No,
he's anything but a farmer.
Not a farmer. No. I mean, he was farming materials in Fortnite. He was doing all of this stuff and just not a farmer. It's just ridiculous.
It's because what happened was he wanted to be a lawyer, but he wasn't a lawyer.
He wasn't a lawyer. No,
so he had to kind of pick up farming.
He was actually anything but a lawyer, and actually his good friend Jordan Farmar, who is not a farmer either.
Jordan Farmar,
Lakers
legend.
Lakers legend, yes. I mean, I think his jersey did just get retired in the rafters at Crypto.com Arena.
Oh, the
Formerly known as Staples Center.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of good stuff going on in this world right now. You know, a lot of good stuff in this world that we live in currently. Yeah. It's a lot of good. I mean, so look, so why don't we just? I mean, we were talking about sort of ethnicities earlier. Mm-hmm. So why don't we just do that quick like draft of ethnicities?
Sure. Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, should we go with a little rock, scissors, paper, shoot type action for the first pick? Rock, scissors, paper, shoot. So why don't you pick? Why don't you pick first?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean you're gonna have to.
So we're gonna be doing a draft of ethnicities, correct?
Ethnicities, yes.
I mean that's gonna be a tough one.
It is gonna be a tough one.
That's gonna be a tough one.
It's pretty tough.
I made a sleeper.
First pick?
Yeah. You're gonna get 2 and 3 though?
I am gonna get 2 and 3.
So this is a situation which, all ethnicities are very equal.
Yes.
That's a disclaimer.
They are very equal. They are very
This is for entertainment purposes only.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
But
they are very equal. Actually, they're all on the same level.
Yeah, they're all equal. But, just for the purpose of this, I think Pacific Islander has to go number 1.
You're going to take Pacific Islander? Okay.
I feel like that's the consensus.
I mean,
No, it's the consensus. They're not counting the census.
No, they're
not.
So we're looking at sort of those Japanese, Hawaiian.
Isn't it Hawaiian?
Filipino.
It's like all the islands in between, mainland U.S. and
China. Yeah, it's like the areas in the Pacific Ocean. That's why. I mean that's why they call them Pacific.
Indonesia, Malaysia.
Malaysia is not considered Pacific Island. However,
isn't Malaysia an island?
No,
it's not.
So now with my next two picks, I'm gonna take with my first pick of the draft, I'm gonna take Australasian.
Okay.
You familiar with Australasian?
Mate.
Oi, mate.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
So I'm gonna take the Australasian with my first pick, and then with my second pick, I'm gonna take sort of that Sino-Tibetan area.
Sino-Tibetan? Okay.
Sino-Tibetan, yeah. I'm gonna take the Sino-Tibetan area. So now, and again, all races are equal, all ethnicities are equal. This is for entertainment purposes completely. We're not looking to cause any problems. We just want to make sure that, everyone's got preferences. Everyone's gonna put their hand up in a different way. So we're just doing this just to make sure that everyone can see opinions as a more highlighted thing rather than underlined. So would you like to make your next selection? Please. You are on the clock.
I'm on the clock. I may have to go Bulgarian here.
Bulgarian.
Yeah.
Bulgarian is a good selection.
That's a good pick.
Can you please explain your selection?
I'm not familiar with much of them, but the scouting reports did show that they were going to be one of the simply random sampled ethnicities. So, given that we're going by every end, I was kind of forced to pick them.
Yeah, kind of like sort of that interval testing type of thing.
Yeah.
So now with my next pick here, who are we gonna go with? There's a lot of ways I can go. There's a lot of directions I can do. There's a lot of things I can do here. I just don't. I'm gonna take Eastern European.
Eastern Europe. So we're kind of that gonna be more like the Netherlands and whatnot. That
Netherlands, sort of like the Czechoslovakia area. I mean,
is Russia considered that or no?
Eastern European, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sort of
Ukraine, Russia. They're kind of counted in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
What would you like to pick?
With my next selection here.
With your third selection.
Now, keep in mind, even though it is my third selection,
yeah.
There's no order.
No,
all ethnicities are equal.
There's no order, yes. And just a disclaimer, all ethnicities are equal. There's no ethnicity that's better than another.
Now, with that being said, we do already have that Pacific Islander. I think he'd play great with Native American.
Oh, Native American.
More specifically, I'm going to take the Cherokee tribe.
The Cherokee tribe? That's a great pick.
Hold on, just chill. And more specifically, I'm going to take the Cherokee tribe.
The Cherokee tribe?
Yeah.
It's a great pick. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. I thought I had them in my back pocket for a little bit. I was holding that one in for.
Were you really?
Yeah, for my last pick. I mean, that's a great pick. I'm gonna.
He jumped up on the draft board.
Oh yeah.
Ever since he decided to retain his land.
Oh, I mean, Big Mike's gonna get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I mean.
So where were we?
So yeah, you said you picked the Cherokee tribe.
Yeah, I just selected the Cherokee tribe.
So I mean, I really wanted them. Great players.
I mean, I kind of picked them just the way they retain their land, so that they're willing to put everything on the line for the squad.
So I'm going to pick. There's a lot of ways I can go with this, but I'm gonna pick Turkmenistanis.
I mean, I'm just shocked because I didn't think he'd come with the draft board this early.
Really?
He's a phenomenal player, but
Turkmenistanis?
Yeah, I mean, there were other guys above him.
I'm gonna lock that in with the Turkmenistanis.
And can you want to explain your reasoning on that?
I'm gonna lock in the Turkmenistanis because they're just a tough team. You know, they're a tough team. They don't back down. They don't give up. Now, would you like to make your next selection?
Big Mike did cut out, but
yeah.
With my next pick, it's not gonna be it's kind of shake the ethnicity and culture, not necessarily.
Oh, so that's
one, but I'm gonna take the Indian Removal Act with my next selection in that 4th round.
Great pick.
Yeah.
That's a great pick. I mean, the Indian Removal Act did sort of kickstart the Trail of Tears. Very sad time. I mean, Trail of Tears. You know.
I mean, it kind of has a negative connotation.
In the name, yeah. I mean, it's just a sad time. So now with my next pick, I mean, if you're gonna go down that route, I'm gonna go down that route too.
Oh really?
I'm gonna go farther down that route than you're gonna go.
How far are you gonna go?
I'm gonna go 60% of the way down. I'm gonna take the 3/5 compromise with my last pick.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the 3/5.
That's a good selection. And getting that in the 5th round.
I mean, yeah,
it's only right that
it's only right. It's only right. It's only right that I got the 3/5 compromise in the 5th round. I mean, great guy, great player. Yeah. So
it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, very self-explanatory. So why don't you go with your last pick here?
I mean, my last pick here, I'm just gonna take the box on a job application that says, "Are you from what's the word? An underrepresented background." I'm taking that check.
Oh.
When you click yes, that's what I'm taking.
So you're gonna ching
all underrepresented backgrounds.
Check.
Yeah, including the Czech Republic.
Oh, the Czech Republic.
They're included. They're underrepresented.
Are we only doing checks? Are we doing cash? Are we doing credit cards?
We accept crypto too.
Oh, do you?
Bitcoin, Dogecoin.
Do you take banana coin?
Banana coin. Is that gonna be the coin trading on Solana network?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Oh, you don't take that? Okay. I mean, it's okay.
Yep.
I mean.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, but it's been a good episode here today.
It has. It's been a great time, and it's just been great. I mean,
great.
Very happy.
Yep.
Very pleased with what has happened. I mean, we had some superstars drafted in our draft.
Superstars. We had a good draft.
We saw Nico Harrison win the bracket. I mean, incredible stuff. Just some incredible stuff. So as always, you guys can use our code 156 at checkout on mountainvalley.com. You can get $10 added to the end of your order as sort of like a
slight upcharge.
As like a surcharge, yeah, for the tariffs and just like things like that. So we know that you're supporting this channel. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys.
See you guys in the next one.
Peace out.